My name's Marcel Baettig, and I'm the founder and chief exec of Beaux Arts Trust. Organisations like Beaux Arts set up largely opportunistically, normally within recessions, where there'd be large sites like this with commercial landlords unable to fill them, and so they would offer incredibly good rates. So that's how I found this. From a commercial landlord point of view, we were a bit of a godsend, because we would turn up, take on a very, very old building and do all the work. You know, we filled it. We fill it with 120 tenants, and we manage them, and we collect the rent, and we look after the building, and then we just give them a check every quarter. Back then, we were probably paying something like £2 to £3 a square foot, something like that. We run at, I think, 99% capacity, yeah? And so, because people buy into us as a sort of, as an idea, that makes that economy work. But it is dependent on building. So what we're paying to a landlord, and we will try and negotiate as hard as we can to get the lowest potential with each landlord, but it'll range from probably between £10 up to about £15 or £16 a square foot, something like that. The average in London, and for us, has gone from around 300 to 350 square foot for a dedicated creative space, maker space, down to around 150 square foot. So over half the size, but it's still enough room for people to work. People are finding ways of doing it. If we weren't here, they'd be doing it on their kitchen tables, you know. So I think artists find a way. What we find is the best situation for them to actually do it in. Fine artists who we start with, most of their early careers and early practice is supported by them. So they will go out and they will get 1, 2, sometimes 3 other jobs in order to fund their research and their activity. It's not just a workspace here, but it's also all the other things that we do and the ways that we can professionalise and help artists to earn an income. They need a space to justify themselves as being an artist, to be able to have their own personal time, to research, to develop, to make mistakes, to have breakthroughs, but they also need to connect with the real world and to earn money. In the next 5 years, at least 30% of those buildings are going to go. So that's 30% of that workforce, or workspace for that workforce, that actually, if you think about it, has a huge spider impact on its communities, is going to go. Now at the same time, London is growing. It's going to grow by 1 million people in the next 10 years. So actually our creative workspace, considering it's such a big part of the London economy, should be growing, not decreasing. So there is a real issue there. And I think we have to look at what the heart of that issue is about.